Hello and welcome to another video. Now today we are talking about FIFA 20 and what happened over the weekend. Now this weekend was probably the most interesting of the lot, as it was pretty fucking shit. And when I mean pretty fucking shit, I mean it was pretty awful. Everything was like the whole game itself felt really slow and very sluggish. I was a bit really unhappy with the game. Like if I had to rate the gameplay over the weekend, it would be literally like a 1 out of 10. It was that bad. But still, in the end of the weekend, I did get to gold 3, and now I'm going to talk about some of the, my starting formation and the way I was going to go forward. So this was the starting formation. Now for this formation, I was going to change it up. I was going to change up to the 4-3-3 or either the 4-2-2, which has been a working formation that I've had a lot of good luck with since the beginning of FIFA. Roberto Firmino up front with Sadio Mane, and then that didn't work, so I changed it from, instead of Roberto Firmino being up top, Anderson Talisca up top with Mane in the 4-2-2, and this would be, and you have Porto at right cam, Roberto Firmino at left cam, and then you have Paulinho and obviously Marcus Llorente in CDM, which was, these two, to be fair, were very, very good. They were very controlling, very demanding, and they really did control 90% of the game, every game I did go into. The only problem with the games I did play was it was very, very scripted. I felt like this weekend it was more of a real scripted weekend than the previous weekends beforehand, which really annoyed me, and I feel like I could have done a lot more with the players I had in this starting formation than what happened in the end. So starting off with Mane up top, he got 28 goals scored and 12 assists, which was pretty decent, and he was my top goal scorer in my team. To be fair to him, he was playing up top with Talisca and sometimes Roberto Firmino. But since Saturday or Friday when I played, Mane really just didn't perform. I don't know what was going on with him. He really would not perform, and it was just the weirdest situation. I didn't know what to do, but he literally didn't perform in the end. But in total, he did get the highest goal scoring. But he was close. Like, one player was close, and Roberto Firmino was really, really close to getting on the same level as Mane. But Roberto Firmino, like himself, he did get the most assists, and that was 25. Roberto Firmino got 23 goals scored and 25 assists. Porto, again, another player that's more of a goal scorer than an assistant player. If you look at his overall record that I've got with him, he's actually, like I said, been more of a goal scorer than an assistant player, but he has had his fair share. For this weekend, he did get 15 goals scored and 2 assists. And for Anderson Talisca, he did get 12 goals scored and 16 assists, made him second on both charts, except from goals. Paulinho got 2 goals and 2 assists, and Marcos Llorente got 2 goals and 9 assists. Quite good. Sandro, Alex, for my back four was alright. Carvajal was the main player that got the most, but Diego Carlos did get 2 assists, to be fair to him, and Carvajal got 5, Militao got 1. The only player that did not get an assist was Alexandro and my goalkeeper. To be fair, my goalkeeper realistically wouldn't get assists. But after Friday, Saturday and Sunday was a whole different story, and it became the fact that literally even that was not working, and I had to really change up my team. So the one thing I was doing, well, Allen. Allen was my go-to guy. He was the guy that consistently performed every single weekend, and so far he has done very well this weekend. With that, I did have Paul Pogba, and I thought, you know what, I might as well put Paul Pogba in there, because again, like himself, he's got great passing and great long passing, and his traits as well: long passer, long shot taker, outside the foot shot. He did score a few free kicks for me, which is pretty good. And Alex Tellez at left back, again, a player that seemed to really do perform on the bigger occasions. And it was very, very good. This was literally the team for the rest of the weekend. Not really much changes, except from maybe a few substitutions with Lozano and Alison Talisca and Mason Mount. In the end, Lozano got 8 goals scored and 3 assists. Mason Mount got 5 goals scored and 2 assists. While Paul Pogba, by the way, 7 goals scored and 12 assists. And Alan got 4 assists. So a different bit of impact. But Paul Pogba, if he played the same amount of games as Anderson Talisca, I think Paul Pogba would have surpassed him. Pretty decent all around, but like I said, gameplay wise was pretty woeful. But out of the whole thing, I have spent a few money and I've now built a new team, which I will get into in a minute. But before I do, I have also got to mention a channel that has started on Twitch, Princess Gamer 55. If you have not heard of Princess Gamer 55, well, now you have, because she has started on Twitch. She's very new to Twitch and she's a good old friend of mine, and I give her all the best of luck through Twitch, and hopefully we can do some stuff together on Destiny very, very soon. Right now, obviously, Shadows of Mordor are the main game right now, and hopefully soon that will change with Destiny coming around the corner. Well, basically already out. But moving on. So moving on from that, we go back to FIFA, and the one thing I would like to say about FIFA that weekend was the gameplay issues itself. It was a slow weekend. Even players like Marcos Llorente, like Porto, like Roberto Firmino and Mane could not keep up with the pace of the game, and that was the one thing that was really annoying me. I'm like, come on, surely the players that they've got hunters, they've got this, they've got that, they should be able to keep up with the pace of the game, but for some random reason they couldn't. And it was down to Mason Mount in the final game. It was down to Mane with me putting a hunter on him in the final game, which he had 2 goals, which is not half bad to him. But it was a very, very weird weekend, and I was thinking, hold on, what's the difference between the win and loss ratio? Well, I had 5 games remaining, and I managed to get to gold 3 with 5 games remaining, and I decided to quit it there because I had enough. So that would have been, I had 14 wins and 10 losses. With the previous weekend I had 15 wins and also 10 losses, which really does put me thinking, hold on, last weekend was way more better. I honestly thought Friday and Saturday last weekend was absolutely fantastic. I didn't record the stats for that weekend because I forgot to, but I do remember 100% strongly that last weekend was a much more better weekend, and gameplay wise it was much more better as well. The game was much more fun, and I actually enjoyed last weekend more than I did this weekend. This weekend it was more of a pain in the backside than last weekend. But now we're moving on to the new team. Now the team that I have got right here is not fully 100%. There's a few changes I do want to make, and that is also Eder Militao for Marcus for Rafael Varane, and also I have got Sergio Ramos. Now, like I said, this team isn't 100%. I'm still kind of 50-50 of the way I want to play, because sometimes I do play with a 4-2-3-1, and the 4-2-3-1 was working pretty well. But now I'm actually considering of going back to the 4-2-2-2. In my team, I have got obviously Oblak in goal, Eder Militao, Sergio Ramos, Carvajal and Alex Tellez. In my midfield I've got Alan, Pogba and Mount, and in my attack I've got Inform Ziyech, who only cost me, by the way, 30k, I think I remember correctly. There you go. Martial and Heung-min Son, our first owner untradeable. So this is currently my team, and I'm thinking, how can I improve the team? I'm not 100% sure yet, but in time we will find out. Now there's a few other players that I am considering of getting. For instance, Rashford, Marcus Rashford and Rafael Varane. But on the bench is a more different story. Now, like I said, bench is a bit of a difficult one because Lozano's pretty decent, Roberto Firmino's pretty decent, Anthony Talisca, Dele Alli, Marco Sorrente, Gaia, Anadaya, Florenzi, Rodriguez, Thiago, Diogo Jota, Bergwijn and Alexandro. And if I go on my club, I've even got more beast players that can go in my bench that could also do something up. Manuel Neuer, players like, I don't know, Corona, he might be pretty decent, I haven't tried him yet. Diego Carlos, Wilfried Zaha, Porto, Tadic. Like, there's a few players there, like Promes for instance, he's got a very good card. Gunnarsons, Carrera, Thadran, Lo Celso, Oria. Like, these are players that can get in this team and might be able to do something, like Pepe for instance. And you're probably wondering, maybe this might work, maybe it might not. I don't know, I haven't tried it out yet. Until then, I won't try. But until then, this is currently the team, and the formation I do go to is a 4-2-2-2, which also looks like this. If I find it, that's if I find it. Okay, the 4-2-2 is non-existent, but I'll do it with this. So 4-2-2, up top, Son and Martial, and then in my cam spots I have Ziyech and Mason Mount in those cam spots. So this is going to be basically my team in those games, with like I said, with pace up top, with Martial and Son, and also on the side with cams we've got Ziyech and Mason Mount, which I might change potentially. I'm not 100% on that, don't guarantee me on that. But until then, this will be pretty much somewhat my team. Now, if you think you can improve my team, let me know in the comments below. But until then, this is my team. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and do subscribe. And like I said, check out my friends on other platforms like Twitch and all that stuff. If you have enjoyed watching this, like I said, give a like, do subscribe. If not, don't bother. It's all up to you. But I do have 270k. Who should I buy? Should I buy an icon? Maybe. Ian Rush is a shout. Ian Rush is a shout. But hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time.